Hi guys, this is Abhijit with Digit. We have Mr. Monish Shah with us, who is the founder and CMD of TravelLibro. We'll be talking about how TravelLibro is going to enhance your travel experience. Also, maybe having a good itinerary or maybe a journey planned out before you head out to the place you want to visit. So to begin with, tell us what TravelLibro is about.
So TravelLibro is first of its kind travel social networking brand. Uh, it basically caters to two very popular industries that we are kind of directed towards, which is one is social networking and the other is the travel industry. Right? These are two of the favorite industries that people kind of regular interact with, and this is TravelLibro is a unique combination of both of them. It is a space which does not exist in a cohesive environment where it's kind of 50% element of both these industries. Uh, TravelLibro is an entire travel experience of a traveler. What I mean by that is right from you wanting to go to a destination, a thought coming into your mind with regards to I would like to take a holiday to XYZ location. Right from there to cherishing your a suitcase full of memories, everything is kind of catered by TravelLibro, right? So what are these steps that and TravelLibro currently is an app and a portal which are very well linked together. So anything that you do on the app comes onto the portal. Anything that you do on the portal is reflected on your profile on the app, right? So when I say it's your entire travel experience, there are right now you have to go to a lot of different places, right? You want to plan a holiday, you go to a particular service provider. You want to check in into different places and experience while you are actually traveling. You will do it with some different social networking site. You might actually come home and create a photo album and create a scrapbook for things that you did on your travels. But there's not one space which is your past, present, and future experience. When I talk about that, is right from an idea stage of adding something to your bucket list. Assuming you want to go to Barcelona, right? So that's an idea that's come to your head. You want to start planning. Next is to explore the destination. What are the things I should do in Barcelona? For 1,200 cities, for different kind of travelers, TravelLibro's got information on it, and over a period of time, we'll just keep expanding, right? So things you should do in Barcelona, recommended restaurants, recommended hotels, and itineraries for that destination, right? The idea is that we don't want you to spend hours and hours researching according to your category. There's a lot of information online. TravelLibro's filtered it down to different kind of travelers, right? So a same Abhijit could be a backpacker, he could be a luxury traveler, he could be a sucker for romance, he could be somebody who is traveling with his 5-year-old nephew or niece, or somebody who's traveling with a bunch of friends on a bachelor trip, right? And the experience for each one of them is going to be different. You want to do different things, you want to stay in different places, you want to eat or drink at different places, right? So TravelLibro helps you find that customized information, right? That is exploring that destination. Now TravelLibro has helped you with that. And there's a lot of other portals could help you as well, but it's an entire experience that we're talking about. Next step is planning. So you would create a planner. Currently you would probably do it in Excel or share your plans with friends over a WhatsApp message. Using this information that we have, you could create a planner, which is called pre-plan your next holiday, right? Put in all that information into your planner, add the hotel you want to stay in, the restaurants from our database, the must-dos from our database, which are beautifully shown with pictures, etc., and share it with your friends and family. It's a planner that you can print, you can email, you can download, whatever you want. Once the planning is over, then comes the experience. So we've done with the past, the future state of your travel experience, then comes the present. In the present, say Abhijit and 3 of his friends are going to Barcelona on a trip. You invite, that's called on the go on the app. So you download the TravelLibro app, you invite 4 of your friends, ask them to download the app as well. Assuming that 3 friends, you send an invite to all of them to follow TravelLibro. Start a journey, say Barcelona 2016. A request is sent to, you tag the 3 of your friends, a request is sent to all of them. In their notification, they'll go and they'll accept the journey. So basically, as soon as you download the app, you're basically looking to start your experience while you're on the go. Right? One of the features, which is the main feature, is called on-the-go journeys. Once you and your friends have downloaded the app, you will start a journey, call it Barcelona 2016. You'll automatically detect the city that you're starting it in. You'll tag it saying that the category of this journey is with friends, and then you'll invite your 3 friends, and you'll hit accept, start journey. As soon as that happens, they get a notification in their notification and say Abhijit has invited you to start a journey Barcelona 2016, do you want to be a part of it? They'll hit accept, a journey with all 4 of your starts. What this is the fun way of kind of capturing every single thing that you do through your trip, so that you can cherish it down the memory lane forever. But at the same time, you are not doing the same kind of dual entries. You are doing things together. So imagine if you and I took a trip and we were clicking photos, instead of separately taking photos and then sharing it via WhatsApp or some other medium, if there was just one folder where all our photos kind of were, right? This is a similar kind of concept with every single thing that you do on your trip. So at 11 a.m. you basically landed in Barcelona, you check in at the airport. At 1 p.m. you checked into the hotel, maybe you made the entry, it goes on everybody's feed, right? At 2 p.m. a friend of yours took a couple of pictures in the hotel while you all were getting ready, it goes on everybody's feed, right? Then at around 4 p.m. 2 of you all went for lunch somewhere, the other 2 went somewhere else. Before posting it, you tag the other 2 which were not a part of that lunch plan with you. So it just comes on the profile of the 2 of you all which went for lunch to ABC restaurant, and the other 2 could have a completely different thing. So while it's together, it's still got the element of having it personalized according to how you want it. You also have the option of deleting something from your profile that you don't like. You can change date and time as well. So assuming you were at the beach all day, you didn't have Wi-Fi, you left your phone in the hotel, you took some amazing pictures, you had an amazing time, came back into the hotel, got Wi-Fi at 8 p.m, uploaded that. All you have to do is click on that card, change date and time, and it'll show 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So the idea is that between the clutter that we have with regards to social media nowadays, there's not one portal which lets you track your entire experience from start to end, along with your friends, creating a shared automated timeline of your trip while you're traveling. What makes this even more fun is when you end the journey, it should reflect on your profile. So as soon as you end the journey, on your profile it'll show country visited 1, it'll show that you went to Spain in 2016, so it's automatically tracking your entire travel. So when you look at a person's tracker over a period of time, you can see all the trips they've taken, which year they took the trip, which country they went to, what kind of a traveler the person is, etc. Everything starts reflecting on your profile, which then leads to your past experiences, right? It's about cherishing everything that you've done with regards to your travel experience, right? So that's where TravelLibro kind of combines the entire element of your past, present, future. We have a very interesting feature on the app also called Travel Feed. So if I'm not traveling with you, but I'm a very close friend of yours and I follow you, I want to see everything that you're up to. At the same time, I think with the new age kind of trend that we have, our lives are quite public, it's quite social, everybody wants to show their friends and family what we are up to all the time. And this is travel specific. If I am in Barcelona, I want my dad to know what I'm up to, right? It depends on what kind of a trip I am, but but yeah, on a lighter note, I mean, on a more serious note, everybody that is following you gets to see what you're up to. If you're a travel blogger, if you're putting a lot of information with regards to travels, you put some seriously good information, I want to follow you, I want to figure out what you're up to. If you're a travel agent who can have a page on TravelLibro as well, and you're putting some promotional activities and I'm following you, I can come to know when you have the best deals, etc. Right? If you're a celebrity who's actually somebody like Nargis Fakhri who's an avid traveler, you keep traveling, you keep putting your entire on the goes. As a traveler, I come to know what does Nargis like, where does she eat, where does she stay, what kind of travel experiences she has, and it kind of connects you to your fans a lot more. If you're a brand which is kind of, say for example, a football team or an IPL team, you could start an entire journey with regards to everything that your brand is doing. So a journey could be very different from a celebrity to an organization to an actual individual to a blogger. Everybody's on a different travel journey throughout, and everybody can basically create a profile, create their entire journey and get people to follow them, and on their feed I can actually just scroll through and see people who I'm following, what they're up to and stuff like that. So even when I'm not personally traveling, I'm quite connected to it, right? And at the same time, for trips that you've taken in the past, you can log on to the TravelLibro.com portal. You can fill in your information in terms of itineraries, and that too reflects on your profile. So it will pick up that in 1999 you went to Japan, for example, if you did. And you could put in a travel story, you could upload pictures and stuff like that. So all your travel stories, all your experiences, all your photos, an entire summary of that. On the website you actually get a map which shows, it colors your countries that you visited in orange, and the countries that you want to visit which are on your bucket list in blue. So that's where the TravelLibro orange and blue kind of comes into place. So like I said, TravelLibro is an entire experience, and the only thing which we are kind of working towards, and quite aggressively, is for you to get the best bookings, right? So very soon in February we are introducing flights, hotels, homestays. You don't want to go and stay in a hotel. You don't want to stay in somebody's apartment without them, but you want to stay with locals and want to experience that that culture, that city with them showing you around. Then you stay with somebody. It's called homestays. So you've got a homestay option as well. You've got car rentals. You've got parking space that you can book. So you live in London. You are a business traveler. You're going to Amsterdam for a meeting for a day. You go to TravelLibro. You book your parking space in the morning. Leave your car, go to your meeting, come back to the flight from Heathrow. You take your car and go home. So we are not an online travel agency, but we are more of a meta search, where we're going to aggregate the best online travel agencies for you, and then you'll go to their respective sites to do the booking, right? So that's basically called a meta search model that we are kind of catering at. But over the next 12 months, you will have the 300 best vendors in the world, which will give you the best rates on TravelLibro. So you'll be able to kind of compare the best deals for yourself and book according to your preference. What is very important, which is the heart of TravelLibro and the core of TravelLibro, is that every traveler is different, every travel experience is different, and TravelLibro helps you kind of do it in an interactive, fun manner, and hence kind of track it forever, where you can just keep cherishing it whenever you want. So that's what TravelLibro is all about.
With so much personal information going around,
Yeah.
so how are you handling the privacy of each user?
So the thing is that, like any other social media, right? There are two options right now. Either your account is open, where anybody wants can come and see what you're up to, or the second is that you ask for a follow request, right? So if my account's open, you come and follow me, you see everything that I've done. If I'm a slightly more private person and I don't want people to see what I'm up to till I know that the person's a friend of mine, right? Then you have a follow request. So only if I approve the follow request can you see my things, otherwise you cannot. You can see my map, you can see where I've been to, you can't see my photos, you can't see my journeys, you can't see my itineraries, anything, right? So anything which is non-photo content is is kind of open. Anything which is photo content is completely blocked for the follow request. We are further evolving this as well. We're a startup, we are taking each thing as it comes. Because there are several constraints in terms of IT resource funding, etc., and stuff like that. But I think we've still gone at a very fast pace to be where we are and stuff like that. But one of the things which is on our top to-do list is to customize what you want to block and what you don't. Right? So you all might start a boys trip, for example, and you might be like, I don't want to kind of show this to anybody. This is a very private trip. And the four of you all will say that this is only for us, and it will not go on anybody's. No followers will be able to see it and stuff like that. It's for your private bank and stuff like that. At the same time, that you might want to restrict something, a particular trip, only to your followers. So if somebody's just come to your profile and just seen your feed and stuff like that, before following you, they might not be able to see any of that. If they follow you and ask you for a follow request, etc., only then can they see it and stuff like that. So there will be customizations on security level, but as of now it's simple. Your account's either open or you ask for a follow request.
It gets tricky when you are tagging people and whether it appears on their timeline or something.
So actually the scenario analysis that we've done actually goes to three charts. So we get into the detail of a lot of things. If this action happens, what's the result and stuff like that. So we've kind of gone into a lot of, and that's why it takes longer, and that's why it's got to be done well.
And it's also based on the user you get.
Yes.
And speaking of the curation part, are you completely dependent on the user data, or are you also curating, like say for a trip to Barcelona?
Yeah.
Are you going to prepare your own version of the itineraries and the
so there are multiple things to this, right? So I told you one of the features that we have is the pre-planner, right? Now you've either done an itinerary from the past or you've done an on-the-go journey. Every traveler is different. We've given both options to you and stuff like that. when I'm traveling to Barcelona, and if I see that Abhijit is a friend of mine, I'm following Abhijit, and Abhijit has been to Barcelona, it kind of gives me option below the pre-planner saying
Okay.
friends who've been to Barcelona. So those are the stories that I could refer to, right? But you could not have put too much, and it's not of any value to me, right? So, but I may still want to know because I get the information that Abhijit's been there. Either he's put stuff that I could use, or I could just call Abhijit and figure it out. But there is a lot of information that TravelLibro has themselves put, right? There's a lot of effort gone into getting this information around the world. We have a team which has worked with a lot of travel agencies over their life. We have a team which has travelers who've traveled a lot of the world. We have a team which is just content editors who then sit and edit whatever we've given them in terms of our experiences and stuff like that. And then we have a team which kind of interacts with a lot of bloggers around the world. They curate a lot of information, which is good information from the web, and then put out everything, right? So there is information in terms of what are the top things that you should do, keeping in mind that again every traveler is different. You might like museums, you may like beaches, and I may like just luxury restaurants or something like that, right? So and somebody could be traveling with kids and stuff like that. So you pick the best of all. You don't crowd them with a lot of information where they're kind of confused. You provide the best things which would suit any type of traveler, right? So I know that the 40 things or the 50 things I've given you for London, whatever type of a traveler you are, you will find your best 5 things to do in out of those 50 things, right? So there's always enough for you to kind of figure out what am I supposed to do. And very rarely do you go to a place. There might be one in 10,000 traveler who goes and ticks off every single thing, right? You're going there to have a good time.
Yeah.
You may be a tourist, you may be a traveler. Whatever you are, you're going to stick to only a certain things that you'll do according to your choice and your preference. You're not going to go or you're not out there to tick off every street that you visit and stuff like that, right? Probably need a year to cover London like that. But so it kind of takes into account all of that as well, right? There might be like 50,000 restaurants in a particular city. How do I provide or shortlist the best 30, 40 restaurants for you? We talk to a lot of people. We dig in a lot of information. We put a lot of heart into the cities that we've kind of done. We have a team which literally works like 20 hours a day and stuff like that, right? So, and we've been doing this information gathering for the last 2.5 years, and then we've reached 1,200 cities. So before anything else, we made sure that our content is very rich, right? So before investing in too many features, anything else, so in March 2014 is when we came out with our beta site. At that point, it was all about itineraries, information that you could use for your travels, and then TravelLibro was evolved. But in I think it was January 2012 or 13 when I'd already kind of planned where TravelLibro should be in the next 7 years. But it's only a step that you can take at a time. So it all started with getting content was always at the heart of it, because everything else can be achieved in terms of features and technology and stuff like that. But content for a global travel portal is something you accumulate over a period of time, and it's got to be rich content. Otherwise, if it's not going to help your travels, then it's not going to enhance your experience. That kind of reminds me that while you're on the go in Barcelona, there will be an information tab as well. So it's picked up by your check-in, by your location services that you're in Barcelona. You click on that button, it'll give you all the things to do in Barcelona, recommended restaurants, recommended hotels. And over a period of time, we will evolve it so much that it'll be so well synced to recommending things for you which are according to your preference. So, assuming you're a vegetarian and you love Italian food, I know that because of the information that I've asked you, because of knowing what kind of stuff Abhijit likes. When you are at a Casa Batlló in Barcelona, you'll pick up that there is 100 meters down the line from here is Italian vegetarian restaurant which does amazing pastas, and will kind of prompt you with that. So those are just some of the things that we are going to kind of get evolved into.
So how big is your team?
Currently I have a team of 50.
Okay.
So I have a lot of partners that I work with. Not everything sits in-house.
Okay.
But whoever works on TravelLibro works full time, right?
Okay.
So it's just that I don't source everybody into the same space and get everybody on the TravelLibro payroll, because there are functions that people will perform for a certain month, and some who will kind of continue working with us for the long term. So our entire content team is in-house, right? So that is something which we've not ventured out. Uh,
So
our
the
entire
ones who
digital
go
team.
out and take the information, visit places, the ones.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So entire content team is in-house. Our entire digital team and IT team is with our partners.
Okay.
What I mean by that is they are our contractual partners.
Mhm.
But these are guys who've helped me build TravelLibro from the first ideation stage to where it is now, right? So I work with a digital agency called Ting and a technology partner called Astra, and both of them are fantastic. So they kind of look at everything. But in the growth phase that we are, we have a CFO identified, we have a COO identified, and we are very actively looking for a CTO.
Okay.
So, any good CTO?
Sure. So, if you're talking about curating content for maybe if I want to travel to Barcelona
Yeah.
and it already knows the places I've already visited
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
Are you also investing in data mining and
Absolutely. So that's got to be a way forward, right? I don't want to talk too much about this, but when we get into this, TravelLibro is going to evolve to a phase where we help you plan your trip in so much detail by taking as little information from you, right? So over a period of time, if I know you're a vegetarian, I know you only travel business class, I know that you love Europe, right? The next time you come to plan something on TravelLibro, book something on TravelLibro, we show you things only according to your liking. So we're thinking of getting to, and like I said, TravelLibro is about a traveler's experience, right? Honestly, anything that touches travel is about a traveler's experience. But people cater to very niche segments. TravelLibro is your search engine for travel, right? It's your entire experience for travel. It's got to be your robotics for travel to a certain extent. It's got to do things for you more intuitively and stuff like that. And as we get more funding and we get a better team and a bigger team and stuff like that, we will definitely get there.
So talking about funding, so
yeah.
How did you get started?
So the thing is, I personally am an ex-investment banker. I was at Deutsche Bank for 8 years. Every penny that I've made through my banking career has gone into TravelLibro. Like I said, in June 2013 is when I started it. Up to March 2014 is when the beta site came out. I was working 2 jobs till last April, right? So April 2015. So for 2 years I kind of did this with my job, working 20 hours a day, etc. So I funded this for the first 1.5 years completely by myself. My beta site came out in March 2014. I started getting interest in terms of people wanting to invest and partner and co-found, etc. in all of third and fourth quarter of 2014. January 2014 is when we've had a co-founder come on board. A co-founder whose main contribution is to kind of help me with my vision, at the same time fund our vision, right? So it's it's like an angel funding, because he's an angel who's walked into my life to help me kind of focus only on my dream. So that's when I took the step of kind of leaving my banking career out, because TravelLibro is the dream. And he's kind of come and given us the kind of support that would have taken us slightly longer to get to.
So until Jan, you were still working at the bank?
Up until April last year.
Okay.
Right? So I set up my team, my team has started doing and stuff like that, but I had to constantly fund a very expensive project. We were looking at expenses north of 5 lakhs per month, even when I had to handle it only by myself. So I had to keep a job on to kind of be able to fund that. But like I said, I'm blessed with very good partners who kind of helped me through this. So having a lot of things outsourced at that point really worked, right? And now we've kind of started building a much bigger in-house team, because I'm in full time. So yeah, we're actively looking at a Series A round of funding, and honestly, we've just gone live. So the app went live in December of 2015. The portal went live in August of 2015. And within the next 6 months, you'll see a lot of development that goes on. But I think that's when we consolidate and we look for marketing and expansion. So we are actively approaching a Series A round of funding. starting February this year.
Okay. So yeah, because if I have to travel to a place, I would
Yeah.
the first thing would be to throw out a Google search.
Yeah.
So when was the time when you thought, was it a proper tour that you were in that you decided that there needs to be something to make this easier?
So that's a very interesting conversation. I was actually just talking to her a little
Yeah,
while
any
back
anecdote,
about it,
whatever.
right? So I was planning my honeymoon to Bora Bora, and my wife and I at that point, we eventually didn't go to Bora Bora. We went to Greece and Spain, but uh, we were planning Bora Bora, and we landed up calling a couple of friends and their friends, and it was quite difficult. First of all, to find out who's been to Bora Bora, and secondly, nobody remembered what they did, right? So that's where the tagline comes in, that amnesia is not as uncommon as you think.
Yeah.
Hence, save your travels, right? So that you can cherish them forever. So, so I guess that's kind of the idea that really came in. That what if there was a place where people could save their experiences, save it in a much easier format, right? First we came out with itineraries, then we came with on the go, because we're like, you don't have the time to go back and fill information. You want to do it while you're actually traveling and you want to experience it. That's how we evolved as a brand, from itineraries to on the go and stuff like that. But what if there was a place that you could actually cherish everything? What if you could just go to your friends' places, check out the experiences that they did, and that kind of helped you in planning your trip? That's where the idea, the birth of TravelLibro came. And like I said, I planned it 15 months before even going and meeting somebody in terms of saying, let's form a company. I need a digital partner, I need an IT partner. So we planned it for a 7-year phase of what travel. And we're very flexible. I know that 7 years you cannot be rigid in terms of this is what my brand's going to be. But there is a good roadmap in terms of where we want to go and where we want to be. At the same time, if there is times that we need to kind of evaluate and remodel a little bit, we've got to be flexible as a startup. So.
Cool. So are you currently, do you have a revenue model currently or going to incorporate it later on?
So the idea is at the heart of it, TravelLibro is a social networking portal, right? If you study social networking's history overall, revenue is something you think of much later, right? You think of a community first, right? And honestly, I think any passionate person will tell you that just create something great, money will automatically follow after that, right? But that doesn't mean you can just enter business without thinking about it. There are a lot of revenue models. A lot of revenue models will be around showing you something specific according to your likes, but I'll charge them money for it, right? Because nothing's free in this world. But at the same time, I want to take the responsibility as a brand on not just showing you anything and everything. So that we are very clear about, that user experience will always be above revenues.
Yeah.
And what gets, first of all, nothing non-travel related will ever get shown to you. Secondly, nothing which is not of your interest will ever be shown to you, right? So if I know somebody is a budget traveler and loves traveling in Asian countries, there's no point me showing him an advertisement of a 5-star resort in Utah somewhere in America, or in the Grand Canyon or something, right? So it's got to be something which is mutually beneficial to the brand trusting us with their advertisement, and is mutually beneficial for the traveler because he's seeing something that he's more likely to do or book. That's one part of it. Second is one of our biggest sources of revenue is going to be us being a meta search engine, right? We're going to have the world's best 300, 400, 500 vendors which will help you with your travel booking experience, right? And these are normally commission-based models. So when you have huge traffic and it kind of takes people to different vendors, you get a certain chunk of commission from that vendor and stuff like that. And meta search is a very, very, very lucrative model. So if I didn't even have to think of the other revenue sources, meta search would still be able to fund us very comfortably globally. But meta search literally, and I'm not kidding, is only one of my 25 modes of revenue streams. So we want to get into a lot of different things, but a lot of them, I'm slightly tight-lipped about them because a lot of them are innovative ways of making money, which I will kind of want to activate once we've got traffic to a certain level that I want it to be. So TravelLibro is a global brand. We are marketing it initially in India because it's I'm an Indian, it's closest to our heart, it's closest to our vicinity, it's cheaper to market. in your own country, etc. And once our marketing and our brand is kind of picked scale, we'll start a global campaign.
So to end it all, we also have budding startup owners watching this video.
Okay.
Do you have any message to them?
I think a couple of messages, honestly. One of the messages which I said earlier, saying that don't chase money, chase perfection, chase something which comes out of passion. Money will automatically follow. Second is, don't get into anything if you don't have money, right? So what I mean is, plan yourself, plan for yourself well, in terms of things will get difficult, things will get tight. Nothing picks up overnight. Make sure you're well funded or you're well planned in terms of how you're going to kind of take your product ahead, because you put in all the effort to take your product to a certain reach, and if you can't give it the right kind of push, it'll kind of fall back on you. So that will give you kind of pressure that you don't kind of want to compromise on your creativity and third like that. And third thing is that just always do things that you really like doing. Don't fall into the natural rat race of I need to follow this, I need to earn so much, etc. I think the idea is just passionately follow what you really like doing or what you want to achieve, and I think eventually just a certain path will come out of it. So yeah, that's just my personal experience about the whole thing.
Cool. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Thanks
so
for
much.
talking
It was
to
very
us.
nice talking to you, sir. Thank you.